I have two awesome people that I have recently met. I have Kevin and I have Kim, his awesome wife. They are a dynamic duo. I call them an internet sensation because they have that's just my thing for them because you know what? They have captured the doggone thing. They do have done an awesome job with as a couple capturing a a pretty broad audience, I would say,
Yeah.
For sure.
on I noticed them a lot on TikTok. And we're gonna talk to them tonight about how they do it, how it impacts things, why they love TikTok. I mean, there are other social media platforms, right?
Mhm.
So we're just going to talk to them and get to know them because I had the pleasure of meeting Kevin a few days ago. And he was such, like I said on my little preview, he seemed to be such an awesome guy. Very nice, laid back, easy to talk to. So I know we're going to have a good time tonight, right?
Sure.
And you
Yes.
see his beautiful wife. Okay, she got it all snatched over there. and and I've seen her also on the videos, and we're just going to talk to them about a few things and try to get to know them and find out what works for them. So let's just get right into it. How are you all doing tonight?
We're great.
Doing good. Doing good.
Good, good. Now, look, as I said, I call you all an internet sensation because
You?
you have managed to do a lot. And I've seen
Yeah.
it on TikTok. And first of all, because I want to quote the figures based on what I've seen recently.
Sure.
You
Sure.
right now have 244.3 thousand followers. Does
Yes.
that sound right? Okay,
Mhm.
and 5.2 million likes on all your content.
Mhm.
Does that sound close?
That's correct.
Okay, tell me how you do it.
It
Well,
was an accident.
first, before you do that, tell
All right.
me why TikTok.
It was her idea actually. So it was kind
Okay,
of an accidental thing. I
okay,
since we've been together, we met about 9 years ago. We've been together about 7 of those years, and since day one, I've been doing scare cams of her, and
okay,
at restaurants, at home, at the grocery store, it didn't matter. I just videotape doing scaring her, and
okay.
posted to Facebook. For some reason, I never got rid of those videos. I always saved them, and about a year, almost exactly a year ago, just a smidge over a year ago, she says to me, she goes, all those scare cam videos you got, you should post them
Hmm.
to that TikTok app that's out there. It's like, why not? So I started with that. I think it was the second video had like 20,000 views, and I'm like, what? That's nuts, And so
Wow.
I would post a couple of videos a day of these scare cams that I had, and it skyrocketed. I mean, thousands and thousands and thousands of views, and hundreds, and all just over thousands of people were following us for all this, and the comments were hilarious, just a lot of fun.
Hmm.
And within a month, I was able to join what TikTok has called the Creator Fund. So when you
Okay.
have over 100,000 followers,
Hmm.
I'm sorry,
10,000.
10,000 followers.
10,000.
Yep. And
Okay.
then if you have over 100,000 likes within a month or something like that,
Uh-huh.
and of course over 18, then you can start getting paid based on their equation of the engagement of your videos with your audience. And of course, start off 4 or 5 cents a day or
Yeah,
something,
I'm sure.
and
Uh-huh.
and we're to the point right now where when we went to Jamaica in October, all of our excursions were paid for by TikTok, which was great.
Really?
And then recently, she's able to use what we had generated in revenue from that to start her thrifting business. She buys
Okay.
items from thrift stores, vintage things, and is able
Hmm.
to resell them that way. So it's really
Okay.
helped us kind of grow in other areas too.
Hmm.
So that was the quick and dirty of how it started
Okay.
and where we're at. So right now we're getting anywhere from 5 to 9 million views a week, which it all just blows my mind.
I was gonna say that, and it just kind of took off. It
It
kind
Yeah,
of
did.
yeah,
It
gained a
did.
head of its own.
right. I think
Do.
the best way that I can explain that it happens is
Hmm.
because I'm a smart aleck.
Hmm.
I joke around a
No, you're not.
lot.
Yeah. And
And
I'm
she
the brunt of his jokes.
yeah,
Yeah, and Kim, I've
and
seen
she's
that
dropped
look
that
right there
quote.
many times. I've seen that look many times when he gets you
Yeah,
with the jokes.
exactly. So with my sense of humor and her beauty, Like it's
Mhm.
something for everybody, you know,
Right.
and I
Right.
think that that's what really, really works so well for us. And it's still just, it's still skyrocketing. It blows my mind, blows my mind.
Do you think, because I know a lot of times when I look at different, well, it's more like reality TV, 'cause I love
Sure.
reality TV, you know,
Oh, I love it too.
I do. And do you all ever see where it seems like couples are doing well from what we can see, but then it seems like once they're on reality TV, then things
Right.
start going to the left? Have you
Right.
all noticed that?
For sure.
Mhm.
They marriages
Why do
break
you
up,
think?
families fall apart. Yeah,
Yeah, and you wonder like why. I wonder like why. It seems like
because
now you're making a little money. You should be,
sure,
more
sure.
lovey-dovey, right?
Right.
My assumption on that would be that there's a lot of demand, and we do know somebody who was on a reality show, and she kind
Mhm.
of told us the backside of that. Our one of her tattoo artists actually,
Okay.
but she, you know, you have to be a different person. So it
Mhm.
takes a lot of effort to be in your home and in your life to be the person that you're not, so that you can continue to get the ratings that you want, to continue the
Right.
revenue that you want to get. You know,
Mhm.
and that's where we're different. And we've actually had some verified users actually reach out to us and say, "Hey, we love your setup. It's not, I shouldn't say it that way. We love how you do it. It's not
Mhm.
set up. It's
Yeah.
not
Mhm.
scripted. It's not,
Exactly.
you know, and
It's
that's
real.
different." Exactly. And this
Mhm.
is our life. So like we're not
Right.
trying to be something different so that we can grow on TikTok. You know, we're just
Right.
who we are.
Yeah, we just like to share. We've
Yeah.
always been very open and we share everything on Facebook, like with our
Right.
friends and family.
Mhm.
And, what you see is what you get with us. Like, we
Mhm.
don't ever set up anything. We have fun 24/7. And not to say we don't have our normal, everyday
Right.
hiccups that,
Sure.
that happen, but we just have so much fun. So why not share that with people? And I find that people say like it's so nice to see people that are actually like crazy about each other, because it's few and far between. I feel like you don't have that, but what
Right.
we put out there is who we
It's
really
truly who
are.
we are. Yeah.
I mean, I'm that way too on my platform. I keep it every day. I'm not trying to script. Like Kev, you and I talked about.
Yep.
I don't script. I just kind of like, hey, when we connect, if I have something that's going a little off, hey, we said 9 o'clock. It may be 9:15 when we get on, because things happen. Life happens, right? You're
Correct.
at home doing whatever you do. My kid might run behind you, or they may walk up and say, "Mom,
Or
I
cat.
need someone." So we try to prevent those things. But like you say,
Yeah.
real life happens. And that's
Mhm.
what I like. And that's why I kind of like doing what I do. And it gives me an opportunity to meet new people,
Absolutely.
honest and open people that keep it real and honest. And so that's why when I spoke with Kev, he was just so cool and down to earth. He was like, I like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, just if you want your wine, bring your wine. Just don't have a name showing.
That's
We're
right.
just gonna be real laid back. And that's just kind of why I'm very comfortable interview. Some people are real stiff when you interview them, and some people are just honest. And to me, those make the best conversations when you
Absolutely.
interview.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, I definitely appreciate that. Now, when we were talking earlier, and we were talking about a platform, and you said TikTok is what you kind of grab. It actually
Right.
picked you, right? You would say,
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's like I said, it started with the scare cams, but then I ran
right,
out of scare cams, and I can't go 24 hours a day scaring her. That's just not
Yeah,
me.
right.
that would just plain
That
suck.
would
So,
that would hey, that would just run you crazy. I'm sure,
exactly.
right?
For
So
sure.
So
exactly. So what we've done is we've evolved since we've been on TikTok, and
mhm,
there's what they call pillars that you should have when you're on TikTok, and you should stick to those pillars, and then do some trending things as well. And for us, our pillars are, for a while it was the scare cams, and then
mhm,
we did, like hitting on my wife, and
right.
we're doing like the dad jokes now, and so it kind of
Mhm.
gradually it kind of
We'll get to
gradually just
those. We're
progresses.
gonna get to those. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's a whole backside to it too, and if anybody who's on TikTok who's creating content, they know that there's a lot of analytics that go into
Right.
it, and
Definitely.
I think my background is in analytics. I was, when I started, I was actually an analyst, so it kind of helped
Okay.
with understanding the data and what it was telling us. So to watch that, to know what was working and what wasn't, what was working better than the others that were just sort of working, and then
Right.
what times people were watching and why they were watching at that time and why they weren't watching when they were in bed, and and stuff, and then getting ready for work or getting home from work. That's the higher use times and right before bed. So just understanding all those analytics helps you put the content out when they want to see it. And if you understand that, then you can be successful in it. But if you just put it out there willy-nilly, you may accidentally kind of hit it, but you might not. So
Right. And see, that's a struggle because, like, with me, I'm learning all the dynamics of all of that. And it's really a lot to kind of take
oh
in,
yeah,
especially when you're kind of making everything go on your own. You have to make
sure.
sure this is correct, this is correct. And with myself, I don't really edit my videos right now. So if I say something crazy, I'd be like, oops, excuse me, just forget that. We all keep it going. But, so as you grow, you have people there that can edit this and make this sound good, transitions and different little things like that. But when you're just kind of doing it all yourself, it's really time consuming.
Right.
And like you said, I never thought about it in the way you just said it, Kev, but it's so demanding. That probably is like one of the issues with couples when they break up. Right. A lot of time or start having problems because now it's things you used to that were secret and private are no longer private either. Your life just becomes open.
There's a big element to that too, with what you're saying, because when it first started, now I've got thick skin, not much bugs me, right? And so when you have 250,000 followers, like not all these people are awesome people, right? Like literally 99% of them are. Like we have got some amazing people that follow us, both my account and hers, and some mutual, that
I know I follow you guys now.
So I just started mine last month, and I'm like what? She's 400 shy of being in the creator fund. So
so
girlfriend,
yeah.
But
I don't see any dad jokes on my TikTok.
Your husband has plenty for you though.
That's right.
Plenty.
But to go back to what I was saying is that there's people out there that really thrive on being mean, and they'll say things to try to get to you. At first, that was a struggle for her. Like she let it get to her, and it's like you just can't, because as this is growing, there's going to be more and more and more of this, and there is, and that's what the block button's for. I mean, just block them or don't respond to them when you go live and they say stupid things. Then we just don't acknowledge it, because when you acknowledge it, it gives it power.
It gives it more energy. Yeah, you're right. It gives just like the real world.
Right, exactly.
When you deal with people bullies or you deal with people who have something negative to say, mentally it starts kind of weighing on you and bringing you down. So if you think about it, it's a really close element to life. You have to learn how to pick your battles.
Yeah, so that is goes into what you were saying about these famous reality stars is like we're just nobodies in Nowhereville, Pennsylvania, with 250,000. Like when you have millions and millions and millions of people who know your name and know your every move, that number of trolls kind of expands with the percentage. So I can't imagine.
and when you're an authentic person, it makes it where you have to be less and less authentic, because Kim, we might go out, braids might not be like you want them to be, maybe a day I'm coming out of the braids and about how that looks, or you might have the hat day on, and that's what they come and they want to, that's the girl from the TikTok or the Facebook or the YouTube, so you have no privacy. You have to get away. I can't imagine what celebrities go through. I don't think I would ever want to be a celebrity.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how they do it. Having people follow you around and stuff.
I can't do it. It would make me, to me, I always said, okay, everyone wants money. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes you have so much money and everything that you can't dream anymore. Part of living is dreaming and working to accomplish certain things. But when you can just go, everything just becomes equal. When you can kind of go out and just get everything that you want. Like sometimes celebrities, they may give their wives 5 or 6 Chanel bags. I mean, that's kind of good though. But I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm a thrift girl, so you won't see a Chanel bag in my house.
I mean, you might see one or two of them.
Yeah.
A Louis or something, you gotta get one of them.
Maybe
But
someday. Never saying that.
you gotta have, But I'm just saying, but when they can just buy all those things, you stop dreaming. And life is crazy if you can't dream or want something and have to work for they work for it, but it's just different. It's a little different swag to it. You know what I'm saying?
We actually made friends with some musicians over the time that we've been together, and we saw it in that, that you get the thrill of being on stage, creating music, having fans, making money, and then that all wears thin, and
right.
you turn to other things, any kind of addiction, really, and
right.
that really devastates things, and that's why you see so many celebrities,
sad.
that have issues like that, because they've run out of things that give them the excitement and the thrill that they turn to something else,
Right.
So it's a
and
really
then and everyone is pulling from you, and it makes you have to do things, go above and beyond. And I don't know. I don't ever want to get to that point. I don't mind doing well and becoming successful in that respect. But as I was telling Kim, I'm starting an activewear line.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm at the point where it will be launching here. I'm hoping next month for sure, because we're finishing up the little final things.
Very cool.
Prayerfully it does well. But I don't think I will ever get to the point where I won't want to stop dreaming. That's kind of what make you feel like you have money, but then what are you going to do?
You have to have a purpose. You always have to have a purpose,
Exactly.
You got to find that balance of of course you want money, right? But with money comes great responsibility and great, stress, so you have to find that point where the money's enough, but this isn't too much that it's going to kill you,
Right.
Because then you have to back down, a little
bit. My grandmother would always say, too much is given, much is required, because people start pulling after you, pulling at you. You can never say no because they think you always have it. So, it's just a whole nother round. But I definitely, of course, want to be successful in this business, as well as you guys continue to grow. But I'm telling you, I never want to stop dreaming ever.
Right.
That would be awful. So now I know that you all have kids. You have animals and all of that kind of thing. Do you ever think? I don't know. I haven't seen any videos yet, but will you all ever incorporate your children, or is that something you all talked about?
Yeah, we did talk about it in the beginning because it blew up so quickly, and because of that 1% of people who just aren't the greatest people. We don't ever put it out where we live. Just Pennsylvania is the most distinct area that we give, but because her kids are 11 and 13, we just don't want to run that risk. It's not worth it for us. My kids are 23 and 25, so but they live an hour away. So
I thought you were about that.
I'm 30.
Oh wow, you look young.
I had them when
you
I was
got me on that. Oh, okay. Okay, I was like, wait a minute now. Let me see your ID.
We're both older than we look. I'm going to be 39 next month.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And he's 46. Yeah.
Well, keep doing what you're doing, honey, because y'all look really good.
Cucumbers over the eyes every night.
Oh, well, I gotta start doing that then. Because I was just telling Kev the other day when we were doing the sound check that my grandkids were out of school this week. I did not have a clue when I booked this show.
Oh gosh,
honey, is it Monday yet? Because they were. It's a lot, but yeah, go ahead, Kevin. What were you?
Yeah, I was just saying. I mean, my kids are actually in some of the scare cams because they're adults, and they can handle themselves, and we're not putting out either, and so. But when it comes to the minors, we just have to be very careful. Safety first, family
exactly.
first. It's not worth the the piddly amount of money we make on TikTok to risk that.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Now, what would you all tell, since we were earlier talking about couples and marriage and stuff like that, if there was a couple that's interested in getting into this and they have the whole family thing going on where they have the dynamics of the children and they want to get into it, what would you tell them? What would be their best angle, you would say?
Be real.
Yeah.
That's like our top priority, is to just never stop being us.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are successful and do have their kids, and family in content, and it's fine, and I'm sure they take their own, safety measures as well for their families, and but for me, I would suggest, on top of what she said of keeping it real, just, making sure that you're aware of what it's doing to your family,
Mm-hmm.
but it, in a,
Safety purposes too when you have younger children too.
Oh,
sure,
for
sure,
sure.
Assuming.
sure. Yeah,
This is
exactly.
this is all in good fun, and if it
Right.
ever became a danger to our children or to
Or to
us,
us
I
or anything,
mean,
yeah.
I would
It would
Yeah.
be
fix it
out.
right
Yeah,
then.
yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's just not
Yeah.
worth it. I mean, I love my marriage. I love my kids, my stepkids, and to have TikTok or any social media platform ruin that is not okay.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So
Well, I know you love your wife because you make that
I
known.
absolutely adore her.
Yes, you do. Now, let's talk about the dad jokes really quick.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about them. And Kim, do sometimes you just want to be like, ugh?
Every day.
Because
And like,
sometimes you're giving him that look like if you don't stop.
well, part of it is because when I'm just like, I get dolled up all the time. I'm a super girly girl. I'm a hairstylist. So I always get
Mm-hmm.
dressed up and makeup and stuff for work. But like when I'm home, the first thing I do is take the earrings off and put comfy clothes on. Literally, I wear Kevin's sweatpants and Kevin's t-shirt. So I
Mm-hmm.
look like a bum. I take my makeup off. I'm just all a mess. And
She
Mm-hmm.
still looks amazing though.
so,
Yes, she does.
so,
She's pretty.
so part of the thing that bothered me in the beginning was that I wasn't always put together all the time. And
Mm-hmm.
I have slowly gotten more comfortable, and I'm like, whatever, it is what it is. Like, people have seen me at my worst. But now that I have my own TikTok, I'm able to, like, I show people, like, when my hair is like this when I first wake up in the morning, and I'm not afraid to be raw and be who I am, because that's part of me too. I'm not all made up all the time.
Right.
But yeah, I would like to strangle him most days.
Oh, I can imagine. It would
But
be
he
very.
loves me. He loves me to death, and he worships the ground I walk on, and he's everything I have ever wanted or could ever need.
Mhm.
So that all makes up for it.
Yeah, he's a nice, and he's always smiling.
He's so
Well, how
nice.
can
So
I
look,
not? That's what I
look.
have.
So I know when he's doing those little jokes and stuff like that. You be like, I just love you too much to strangle you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully, 'cause she could probably
I
do it.
know. I know. Have you
Yeah.
ever thought about doing some scare cam or anything on him?
Trust me, girl.
She's
I have
tried.
tried.
It
I
doesn't
have
work, does it?
tried. I got him one
One time.
time.
Uh-huh.
He was sound asleep, and I, had the video up, and I was like, Kevin, and
Mm-hmm.
he flings open his arms, and my phone goes flying across the room, and I didn't even have the dang sound on. So all you see is just Kevin like flailing his arms around and stuff. But so the one time that I actually got him, it was sort of a fail. But so I quit trying. I used to try and try and try, hopping out of closets and stuff. And it's just not my
It's
jam.
not. It's not. So you just leave that to him, right?
Yeah,
You
just
just
let
leave
Don't
him.
that
mess
to
with the
him.
master.
I know, right? We try, don't we? We try. It just never
You can
works the
try.
same. I
Imitation is
know.
the most sincere form of
You
flattery.
know,
All
it
right.
is. It is. Now, how long do you all think you'll probably be doing the social media thing? Just what do you think?
I don't
So
know.
so Kevin said initially, if it becomes a job, I don't want to do it. Like, it's fun, it's a hobby, but when it
Mm-hmm.
becomes something that you're doing nonstop and you can't do other things that you enjoy, I think that's one thing. I I had a little bit of a struggle with it because I kept saying, like, I want to post this and I want to do this, and I really
Mm-hmm.
wasn't. I'm not tech savvy. I can't do a lot of the things that he can do, like editing videos and stuff.
Right. Right. Yeah. I'm
But I was like,
struggling.
you know
Yeah.
what? Screw it. I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna do the basic
Learn as you
stuff.
go.
And it's
Mm-hmm.
been pretty successful so far. I'm struggling because I would like to have more female followers. I'm very like
Right.
hair and makeup and outfits and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I like the guys that follow. I've had people, but
Right.
I wish I could get that female following too. But it's been fun kind of being on my own journey. So
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say it kind of something separate from
it
Yeah.
what
is,
you're, and
It's
just
yeah,
just
it gives you your own little
yeah,
space.
two completely
Yeah.
different niches because
yeah.
she's hair, makeup, outfit, thrifting, and I'm
Right.
my relationship with her and picking on her and stuff like that. That's so they're two
Mm-hmm.
totally different things. And I
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
think the reason I mean my following is about 85 85-ish% male and then the rest
Mhm.
female. And
Mhm.
I think that because, I mean, hers is almost 90% male, but I think part of that
Mhm.
is because they're
She's
drawing over,
cute.
well,
She's
yeah,
pretty.
but
Mhm.
she doesn't do
Mhm.
thirst traps. She doesn't do
No,
those kind
I
of,
don't do
Right.
super
dancing
sexy
around
stuff
videos
or
and
whatever.
stuff,
No.
but the problem is I think that they kind of came over from my
I
account.
was gonna say that.
So, and so
Mhm.
what she, my advice to her was, and I would give it to anybody who was in that situation, is that continue doing the female stuff. The
Mhm.
more you do that and the more you keep pushing that out to it, and
Right.
recognize the females. So
Mm-hmm.
those are the two elements that I would say is, if you want
Mhm.
more females, make a female when she comments or joins into a live, make her feel like $1,000,000,
Mhm.
like, thanks so much
Mhm.
for joining on. Not to say not to do it for the guys, but like do it more so for the girls, so
Right.
in between those two items, then that should build that audience. And eventually,
Mhm.
when she gets to the point where she gets sponsorships, then that's going to even increase it more, because then there's going to be products involved, and not just who she is, but there's going to be other kind
Right.
of things that are being sponsored too.
The
So
one thing
Mm.
that I find that I think gets confusing, because he's K Dupe squared, because initially we kind of started it together,
Right.
and I'm just Kim Dupe, and
Mhm.
I'll post something and they'll be like, Kevin, these pictures of your wife are so beautiful, and I'm like,
this is
but
Right.
it's
yeah,
mine,
yeah.
Like,
so
And I'll get
hello.
it too. I'll get it
yeah,
too, though.
Right.
right,
When are you gonna knock him out?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
whenever. But this is me. Or they'll be
Right.
like, oh, you're so beautiful. I'm like, thanks, but I prefer handsome.
I know, right?
you know.
I tell you, do you ever, well, you all, I don't know if you really take on this aspect, but do you ever see an issue like if you want to post something that's more serious that people don't respond to it as well as they do when you're being silly?
Yeah,
Probably,
yeah.
yeah.
So I just posted and I don't like to get political, and I definitely don't
Right.
do politics on my TikTok,
Right.
but I did
Uh-huh.
post a video of the alarms in the Ukraine
Oh
this
yeah.
weekend.
Isn't that crazy?
It is, and of course, I didn't put that out there
Right.
to get views, and
Mhm.
it
Mhm.
didn't get me views, but
Right.
it made a statement. I want people
Right.
to know that I care. It's not
Mhm. Mhm.
strictly this, but we are people, and we do have
Just as a
feelings.
whole.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And so sometimes I do that from time to time. They don't get
Mhm.
the views. They don't
They
hit
don't
the
get I
algorithm.
noticed that, I could be on some real serious, like, topic,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay," like, but if
Sure.
I get on there, like, I made some gumbo or something
Right.
crazy,
Right.
and people are like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I
Yeah.
like the that
Right.
looks good." You know what
The
I'm
most
saying? So I was
random
wondering
stuff
if you
hits.
have
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
if you have that same
Yeah.
experience.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, I was wondering because I was like, they don't care if you're kinda, like, talking about
Right.
something really serious, they just want
Yeah.
you to be silly and
Yeah.
entertain them, stand on your
Yeah.
head
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah. And that's why, that it's great that it's like, this is just a hobby. It's not
Mhm.
Right.
an income. If it was an income for, a stream for me that
Exactly.
I relied on, then I would definitely do. And it's like, maybe your boss tells you want to do A, B, and C, but you'd like to do
Mhm.
D,
Mhm.
and you might be able to sneak a D in there, but that,
Right.
you have to do what your boss tells you to do to get that paycheck, and
Exactly.
so it's the same, just, do what you want on this one, and then, be who you
Mhm.
are. So.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think like, I know some people say that they purchased a home with social media. Do you think some of that is a little marshmallow, or do you think it's really possible?
No, it's possible.
It's
It's
absolutely
possible.
You
possible.
think it's
Like
absolutely
like I
possible?
said,
Yeah.
I mean, the revenue that we've made in just the year that we've been doing it,
Mhm.
like I said, we paid for all of our excursions in Jamaica last year, and we
And
did,
yeah.
what, 3 of them. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then,
Mhm.
started her thrifting
Oh, yeah,
business.
look, now y'all have a friend y'all can call. I'll come.
There you go. There you go. And it's great. And when we were in Jamaica last year, we got our first product sponsor. It
Okay.
was a barbecue sauce company that actually one of the owners lives not too far from us,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and they'd heard about our TikTok account, and so we took it to Jamaica with us,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
put together
okay.
basically like a kind of an ad, but
Mhm.
in our style, like
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
the TikTok is become a platform for public relations
Mhm.
that is like none other, right? Like you buy ad space on television and on radio, and then the
Mhm.
creative team puts together something that is so basically around you and your product, the product that you want. Whereas
Mhm.
the advertising that's done on this type of social media is
Mhm.
it's part of who the creators are. So the
Right.
creator creates the brand of who they are, and then they
Okay.
bring that product into their brand rather than the
Gotcha.
commercial being just strictly about the product. I can
I
tell you,
understand.
if I was to create an advertisement for this mouse, like
Mm-hmm.
if I said, yeah, this mouse is amazing and it does great, it's wireless and blah blah blah,
Mm-hmm.
AA battery, nobody's gonna watch it. But
Mm-hmm.
if I
Mm-hmm.
use it
If
in a
it
way
fits your
that's
If
gonna
niche.
you kind
benefit
of
her,
like, I'm gonna bring it and watch. She thinks it's
right,
whatever.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. If I can use it in a scare cam or
Right.
make a dad joke out of it or something,
It
then
was actually a really funny video
yeah.
that we did with it. So
Because we were in
Really.
Jamaica and we're having fun. We're out in the water and she's pouring
Mm-hmm.
barbecue sauce all over herself, and
but we
and
made it
so
like funny. It
yeah,
was like
Funny.
it was not
Right.
meant to be like sexy or whatever.
right,
Right.
It
or
was meant to
Right.
be
serious,
like a
yeah.
spoof kind of. And it
Right.
worked and the company
Yeah,
loved it.
and they got a crap ton of followers on their Facebook
Oh,
platform
awesome.
Yeah.
after we put it out there. So it's like, that's what's new. People
Right.
don't watch television
Well,
much,
think about the Super Bowl. Like, people
Oh,
are
for
there
sure.
because they want to see the commercials
right?
Mhm.
and the halftime show. I mean, they
Yeah.
want to see the game too, but you
Sure.
know
Of
what I'm saying.
course.
They are like
The
really like
extras.
peeled in,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
it comes time for those commercials and the halftime show,
Right.
those like the highlights of the Super
Mhm.
Bowl. People are talking
Yeah.
about that more the
Right.
next
Oh,
day.
for sure. Yeah.
And if you think about that,
So,
that ad space that they're buying, these
mhm.
companies are buying, is at a premium. Like they're
Oh
paying
yeah,
top
for
dollar
sure.
to be on that during that time,
Mhm.
right? But
Right.
that's where things have changed also, is because companies find that TikTok creators are going to do things just because they gave us some of, if it's Budweiser, I'm not going to
Mhm.
be naming names,
Right,
but
right.
if they gave us a 12 pack of beer, like then they're going
Mhm.
to put out an ad. Well, that ad on television would cost you a heck of a lot more than that $20 that
Oh yeah.
beer would cost, so
Right.
you're going to see a shift in how things are done
Oh,
on
absolutely.
pretty soon, because creators who have thousands and thousands of followers, that's
Mhm.
an audience that these companies need to recognize,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
recognize in a way that benefits the creator as well as the company, not just the company.
Well,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
if you think about it, people don't sit and watch
Right.
commercials on TV
Right.
anymore. But
Mhm.
so commercials, like, they're not being seen, right? But people are sitting on their couch for 4 hours
All
scrolling through.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's
I
In
don't
the
know.
car.
Right.
yeah.
Look, in the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Look,
Absolutely.
in the bed. I
Yeah.
mean, you
Yeah.
have
Yes,
your phone with you more than anything, and
for sure.
everywhere. At the park with your kids, you're still gonna
Mhm.
have your phone.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's like taking over, like you say,
Mhm.
Absolutely.
the whole commercial vibe is
Sure.
changing.
Sure.
Yeah.
And if you notice, some of our content does have products in it, and
Mhm.
some in a very minor way and some in a more significant way.
Mhm.
And a lot of that is there because of partnerships with us.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
if it's loud and proud and out in the open, then the companies recognize us and compensated us in some sort of way. If it's
Exactly.
in there, in like, kind of, as she's doing her makeup and I do a scare cam and you can see the brand of what that makeup is, there's
Mhm.
some kind of partnership there,
Right,
so,
right.
and that's, you want more recognition within our content, there has to be a compensation that's involved with that.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Now, I know that you all do different posts and different things or whatnot. Do you think I can't remember if we discussed it or not, but consistently, how often do you think a person should post a week or even in a day
It's
if
even
they're
small,
wanting
yeah,
to be
yeah.
successful?
You have to post at least 3 to 5 times a day, and that's
Well, I'm
that's a lot of
slacking.
content. That's a lot of content, but
I'm, sla-
but
I'm
if
slacking
you think
big
about
time.
it, yeah, if you think about it, there's 7, 15, 30-second videos. So it's not like you're creating a whole, ecosystem within that in that time, right? But
Mhm.
also, they don't want fully edited, fully, lighted from perfect angles, because
Mhm.
then it's not real and then it's not
Right.
their content. So
Mhm.
so you and honestly, like, you can do a commercial out of anything and it doesn't take a whole lot of time. You can make content
Mhm.
out of anything. It doesn't take a whole lot of time. I'll be doing, like, I go out of town for work. So when I know that's coming up, I'm going to record. I'm just going to record. I'm going to do a lot of dad jokes, do some scare cams, and have them saved so that while I'm away, I can edit them quick, get them in my drafts, and then I can post them as I'm working. Take a quick break, pop a video up, and then I got my content. So,
Mhm.
but it's very important to do consistent posting. 3 to 5
Right.
times a day is what they say is
Whew.
ideal. Yeah.
More
Now-
often if you're starting out. They tell you to post
Yeah.
more when you're first getting started,
Sure.
but
Now, do you think a lot of, because I know, keeping it 100, a lot of people use apps and they might do a quick little 30-second type thing. Like I think I'm gonna do better, but I just me trying to get my activewear lineup. It's just like
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
busy, but I think I do need to do better about being consistent and going on more frequently. But some of them have, I know a lot of them are through apps. They may just do something silly and post. Is that really considered a post? Like,
yeah,
Yeah, it's content
It
is
is?
content.
content is
Yeah.
content.
It-
Yeah.
it-
Okay. Okay.
You just have to, again, make sure that you're recognizing the analytics of your posts.
Yeah.
So and it doesn't have to be as complicated as what you're thinking, right? So if I post 5 videos today, like now let's be honest, I try to post every 4 hours when I'm awake, 4 to maybe 5 hours, right?
Okay.
But I have them in my draft ready to go because at night
Okay.
I kind of edit them in bed, from what I
Mhm.
did the last few days or whatever. So if I post a video and
Mhm.
like for example the Ukraine video, I think it's only got like 7,000 views, but the video I posted a few hours later has about 30,000 views. That's
Gotcha.
analytics right there. So it's not like we have to go a whole in-depth dive into the analytics of the percentage
Right.
and this and that. So all of it is analytics. You just have to make sure you're being aware of it. Now, the
Okay.
bigger you get, the less you have to be aware of the analytics because it kind of
It just kind of keeps
the
going.
snowball just gets bigger, right? So but when
Right.
you're starting out, you want to feed it to them when they want to be fed. It's just like a baby.
Now, what about tags?
Super
Do you
important.
think that's super duper important, right?
Super
Because
important.
I had I can't forget. I like the way that I do. I'm streaming across like several platforms at a time. I'm
Yeah.
doing Facebook, uh, Instagram. I do this Twitch. You've heard of Twitch?
Yep.
I'm sure.
Yep.
And Twitter.
You
I'm
know.
doing all those platforms. Do you think it's better to just concentrate on one or just keep it spread? Because that's what I'm doing, the type of thing that I'm doing. I interview different people.
Right.
Different people. I have different. I'm trying to conquer all the social media platforms. So I have a pretty comprehensive. That's why I'm like, this software better work.
Right. Yeah, it is.
To make sure that I kind of cover all my bases at one time. Do you think it's better to concentrate on what works for you because of the analytics, or just spread yourself all over?
So it depends on
If you can.
It depends on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish.
Mhm.
If you're just trying to get yourself out there and seen, yeah, of course you're going to try to hit everything. But there's certain things that do more for you in your end game. So Instagram is a lot of beauty, fashion, travel.
Right.
TikTok is a lot of quick, fun,
Randomness.
right? Exactly.
Randomness.
What about the YouTube? YouTube has a short. What is it called? I know you know,
Oh.
Kev.
It's I
Short.
know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's something like a TikTok.
And
right?
Facebook does too now. Facebook started that as
Facebook
well.
has it now?
Yeah, but I know
Okay.
what you're talking about. I can't think of what the name of it was, but
yeah.
But
what were you gonna say, Kim?
I thought I had a sneeze.
Oh.
I was trying to stop sneezing.
You was like, oh, it's coming.
Yeah. No,
I was like, what? Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. I thought you thought of something was like, oh my God, I gotta say it. But
I'm just very dramatic.
Look, you were cute with it too, though, girl. You were cute with it.
Yeah. So,
but you say so. Is it not? It's better to look at your analytics on each one of them and determine what's working.
Right, and if you can find a draw from what you're putting out and how it affects what your end game is, then again, it's more analytics, but you need that in order to know what's helping that end game get to there. I think it's important to stay on top of what's new, and right now TikTok is what's new, right? And
right.
Why do we know TikTok's working? Because YouTube's trying to imitate it. Instagram's trying to imitate it. Facebook's trying to imitate it. So that again, what I said before, imitation is the most sincere form of flattery.
And they were trying to shut it down at one time. Can you believe?
Right, exactly.
Like, what in the world?
That was more of a governmental
political
thing, but
it was. It was.
Yeah,
I was like, how can you do that? So many people love TikTok.
Sure.
We actually tried YouTube several years ago, and it was so much work. I was into it because I always watched all the beauty videos and everything. And I enjoy like a long video where TikTok
Uh-huh.
is like short clips. So
Right.
I enjoy sitting down, putting my makeup on, and watching an hour long, YouTube
Right.
video. So we tried that because we were
Mhm.
like, oh, we're fun. We can do this. And
Mhm.
The
it
time
was a
commitment
lot
is a
of
lot.
work, the editing the videos, and I'm not tech savvy, so I couldn't do it.
Right.
I don't
So
have the patience to
gave
do it.
up.
Like
No.
Yeah.
like my husband always tells me, honey, when you do something, you go all the way in. You don't do it small. You
He
you
says
go
that.
all the way in. And I really do. So like I have like my little studio I started up for my social media. Some people just use their phone starting
Sure.
out. No, not me.
Yeah.
I go get monitors and lights and a whole new
Yeah.
computer system and I
Yeah.
have the whole mic. I have 3 Yeti mics. I just go by. I just go ham. And my husband's like, oh my God, my wife, but I'm just like, I just want to do it the way I want to do it. And,
Right.
but I just getting into it. I don't have the patience for editing and all that stuff. I don't have the
No.
patience for that stuff. I'm an accounting major, so I
That was my
can't
first
focus on,
degree.
that was your
That was my
degree?
first degree. Yeah.
Was it? Yeah. So, my mindset, I
Mhm.
could sit there and focus on numbers and things of that nature.
Right.
But when it comes like to it, I just don't have the patience for it. So
Sure.
I'm gonna
Sure.
have to hire someone to do that part for me
Yeah.
Well, and
eventually.
when creators get really big,
Right.
that's what they do.
They do
They
that.
Yeah.
can just
Yeah.
do what they
Mhm.
want to do and then let everybody else do the dirty work.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cause me, I like to just talk and do my interviews and things like that. Cause I like talking and
Sure.
I always thought I was an introvert. People used to say, no, you're really not.
Right.
But I just kind of like talking and meet new people and that kind of thing. After I'm
Yeah.
done, it saves on my external drive, and I want
Mhm.
somebody else to go fiddle around with it. But at this point, I don't edit. I like real
Yeah.
emotions and stuff like that.
Sure.
So I just,
Absolutely,
Sure.
for sure.
hey, and I just upload it and let's go. The next
Yep.
And see,
video,
so you right there just told me the answer to your last question.
which is,
Because which is, do I spread myself over all these platforms and
uh-huh.
do it evenly? Well, why did you choose podcasts instead of, trying to make it on TV or on radio or, and these kind of things? Because podcast is what's instant. It's out
Right,
there. And once it's out there, and you
right.
don't have to fiddle around with the editing because that's what works for you.
And the big thing, Kev, I didn't want to be interviewing and going against other people. I just do my own thing.
Right. Right. Well,
Set it up and I'm ready to go.
exactly. So that there answers your question is that
Yeah.
if you try things and you find what works for you and then you run with that,
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, I feel like you guys gave us some really, really good info tonight. I
We've got
guess,
TikTok all figured out. I'm just like along for the ride.
well, honey, look, you're doing real well. Look, you're doing real well. You come in when you need to, and you just look pretty and smile. Then you
She's
say
good
what you
at
gotta
it.
say, and you just
That's
look
right.
pretty and
That's right.
smile. Good teamwork. Good teamwork.
Yes, we're a great team.
So I guess if we were going to kind of sum up everything, and you would tell someone, if you were going to wrap this session up, what would you say as far as someone that's wanting to get into it? That, like we said earlier, you have a family, you want to get into it, but you're kind of scared, you're nervous. What would you just tell them?
Don't be afraid to put yourself
Yeah.
out there,
Right.
like just be you, and don't try to do what everyone else is doing. Try to be an individual, try to just, show your true colors, and, I think that's the best way, is just come across as yourself.
Yeah, I agree with that
Okay.
completely. I think it's important that you're doing it for the right reasons. If you're doing it
Mm-hmm.
for $1 million, it ain't gonna happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if it does, it's few and far between.
Right.
So be out there, be real, be realistic. Be true to yourself, be true to your family, be true to your cats that are um, but but be truthful because
Oh, look at is that a
that,
he or
that
she?
it's a she.
It's a she,
Oh,
Allie.
the fur is so pretty.
But yeah,
Like,
so
no, this is not for me.
yeah,
No.
right.
Okay.
So just being true to yourself, being true to your family, and putting out content that really represents yourself, because you can only fake it for so long.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
And once that runs out, then you've got nothing left, and then your followers will go away.
Right.
'Cause it's quick. It's quick. You get them quick, but you can also lose them quick.
Right.
I've
Have
always,
you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
sorry.
No,
Well,
no,
like,
no.
because I've always watched the girls on YouTube, and one thing that they always said, and I think it stays true for this, is
Mhm.
get into it because you love it. Do content that you love, things that
Mhm.
you love that you want to share with other people, because
Right.
some of these people don't ever hit it big.
Sure.
So
Right.
you have to do it for the love of it, not because you want to become a millionaire, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So,
And you know, like with me, one of the main reasons, which I had not shared with you all, is that the name of my podcast is Curve Uncensored, and my slogan is "When Life and Reality Intersect."
Mhm.
And the reason for that is because I lost my oldest daughter in 2019 to domestic violence,
oh my gosh, I'm
and
so sorry.
thank you. It's been a long road, I tell you. I'm looking at her picture right now. She looks at me every day,
Aw.
and so you know, and that's been a very difficult road. And she was very smart, and you know, so on and so forth. And it just kind of put me in this thing. It's like saying, you never know in life where life is going to take us or what things are going to
Oh, for
happen.
sure.
So it just kind of gave me an outlet to be able to reach other people and talk to
Sure.
other people and to kind of help push me through
Right.
what I was going through. And it in that respect, for me, it really helped. It really helps because I meet different people, great people like you all, and I have different topics I can talk about. And,
Sure.
you
Sure.
know, I can be funny one day. Some days I wake up, I may be thinking about things and it just, my day's thrown off, you know, and I could, so
Yeah.
I'm just going to go live and it just kind of
Right.
breaks my little vibe that I'm in.
And you don't
So,
know, you're going to say something that, you know, is going to positively affect somebody else.
Somebody,
you
yeah.
know,
right,
and
right.
Take all of that emotion
Yeah.
and put it out
And
there.
just put it out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's the reason why I actually ended up creating it, is because
Good.
you know, life and reality does intersect. Most often we have plans on doing something and life really happens. And that's why I like the unscripted part. I like the real part. I like people to come and be who they are, because that's just who I am.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, so I appreciate you guys coming
course.
on my
Oh, we
show.
were
You
so
all
Thanks
happy
for
were
to
having
do
us.
it.
Thanks for
You are
having
awesome. And I wish you all much success. I'm following y'all now.
us.
Thank
Great.
you so much.
Thank you.
And I'm
Great.
going to come and find you. I'm going to follow you and your page. Now what's
I
your
tag
page?
her in a lot of them. So
It's just Kim Doupe.
Okay. So I'm going to come find you now today as soon as
All
I talk.
right.
And I might do me a little TikTok. You know, I've not done one
Do it.
TikTok video, I don't think. I don't think I've ever done a TikTok.
They're
Oh,
so easy.
you'll be addicted.
So
I mean,
easy.
I said I
Yeah.
am not tech savvy, and I
Uh-huh.
I know just
You
the
caught
basics,
on to it?
but yeah. But I
Did
mean,
you?
I've gotten almost 10,000 followers
A
in
little over a
But
month.
a
you,
little
Yeah.
over a month, you know, by just
it,
doing the basic stuff, just being me, you know.
okay. And like you said, it's, a lot of it is because of your other platform, but a lot of it is because, of course, you, I mean,
Of
you
course
know,
you do.
being cute in the world does have
It does help.
yeah, we'll take that,
It really
right?
doesn't
We'll
hurt.
take that. It doesn't hurt. We'll take that. So
I
definitely, I'm
wouldn't
going to
know,
give it a
you know.
shot. You don't have to be cute,
That's right. I'm
you know.
fine.
But anyway, you're handsome though, and you're always smiling.
Yes.
That's what I love. You remind me of my grandson. He's a little. I wish he was here. He's a little smile. He's my daughter's. My daughter I was speaking of. She had a 3-year-old at the time.
Oh,
And
wow.
but he reminds me of you because he smiles. He gets on my last nerve, but at the end of the day,
Sounds like me as well.
yeah. But he's gonna say, "Hey, mama," and he's gonna smile and do something. And I can't spank him. I just can't
Right.
spank him because he smiles and he makes me like, "Boy, you better go sit it down." You know. But anyway,
He's got you, doesn't he?
all the way around, everyone else is like, "Oh, he's so." I'm like, "Don't bother my baby.
Mhm.
Don't bother." Him.
Well,
But
she says
anyway,
about me too, so I guess
oh, I
this
know.
kid's got potential.
Exactly. Like she said, she don't say a lot, but when she says something, I know she means it, right?
There you go. There you
But
go.
anyway, well, I thank you all so
Thank
Thank
much.
you so
You
much. This
all
was
were.
great.
It was all. You all were awesome guests, and
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
thank you, and I will be in touch.
Thank you so
All
much. We'll
right.
talk to you
All
soon.
right, you guys.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so much.
much.
All right,
See
and
ya.
have a great evening.
You
You
too.
too.
Bye bye.